Alright everybody, it finally happened. Hyra hit 100,000 trophies. So, before I start this video, I just want to say, this is spectacular, Hyra. You did a very good job, and thank you so much for making the community and just the game like a more exciting place to be in. Hitting that 100k landmark is extremely impressive, and I'm very proud of the work you've done. However, a lot of the community has been spreading toxicity around this push, and in this video, I really want to address this negative energy towards such a spectacular push in a fair, honest, and open way. So I'm going to hop into some gameplay while this video is playing, just to make it more interesting, but I have some important things that I want to cover in this video. So, starting off, a lot of people don't realize just how hard it is to hit 100,000 trophies. Once you get to rank 35, each game has 10 to 15 minute matchmaking, and you only gain 3 trophies per game. In normal games, matchmaking is 5 seconds, and you gain 8 trophies, which is incredibly more than what Hyra does. So, to put this into consideration, to gain 12 trophies in Hyra's rank, it's an hour of gameplay. 10 to 15 matchmaking plus winning the game, 4 times, just to get 12 trophies. That's an hour for 12 trophies. That's absolutely incredible. And if Hyra loses once, you lose 12 trophies, and all of this goes down the window. All of the hour-long work is all gone in one quick loss. So, to highlight this, I went on Brawlify.com, and I looked at how many trophies Hyra gains in a day. So, for example, after a lot of research, Hyra averages 125 trophies per day. Now this may seem like a lot, but Hyra pushes for 5 to 7 hours a day. To push for this long and to only gain 125 trophies must be exhausting. This is why I respect all the determination and perseverance that Hyra has put in this game to spend all that time and all that energy into the game to hit 100k trophies. Okay, don't mind me missing that shot there, but I'm gonna continue with the video. So, first of all, I addressed that. Second of all, a lot of people say that he's been carried by pro players. And yes, he does play with pro players. And yes, that does make it easier. But what a lot of people fail to recognize is that in that level of gameplay, 2 people are not going to carry you. Even if you have the 2 insanely good players, insane pro esports players, you're not going to win the game if the other person isn't extremely gifted as well. In these high ranks, it's not like Hyra can just sit there and take the win, because the 3 players will always overcome the 2 players no matter how good they are. If one lane isn't held up perfectly or nearly perfectly, then they will lose the game. And that's how Brawl Stars is. You need dedication, and you need really gifted playing from all 3 players. And on top of this, Hyra has won 100,000 games of 3v3 gameplay. You can check his profile, 98,000 games of 3v3 games. Wow, I did not say that well. He's won 98,000 3v3 games. That's incredible. You have to be good at the game. If you spend so much time, you will be good at the game. And Hyra is good at the game with all the effort he spent. So, just because he's not a pro esports player does not mean that he's not extremely gifted and extremely talented at the game. Alright, so the second last thing I want to talk about is people saying that he's only won because of win trading. So, I can't fully disprove that he's not win traded, but I want people to know that win trading is not as popular in Brawl Ball and 3v3 games. Win trading is the most popular in Power League and Duo Showdown, where you can become first or second. You still gain trophies either way. But if you win trade in Brawl Ball, if you lose 12 trophies, which, as I said, takes an hour to gain back. A lot of people are not willing to do this. And you might say, Hyra can just ask 400 trophy players to give him free wins. But that's not what happens. Every single one of his games, he's going up against people that are at least 1,000 trophies on their brawlers. 1,000 trophies to 1.2k, 1.3k. Most of the games are like this. So because of this, I believe that most of Hyra's games are not from win trading. However, some people do give Hyra wins. They do give Hyra wins. I'm not denying this. But they're not giving Hyra wins because they did some organized win trading event. They're giving Hyra wins because they're a fan of Hyra and they want him to do well. They want him to hit 100k. So they're helping him out. He has a lot of fans and supporters who are willing to throw their games just for Hyra. Finally, the last thing I want to consider is that people often say and talk about how toxic Hyra is. And I get it. He's done some toxic things to the community. But recently, people are grasping at such small toxic events and making it seem like Hyra is like the worst person in the world, that he's a horrible person. And well, it might be hard for some people to realize this, but everybody is toxic sometimes. Everybody does toxic things. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's human. Nobody's going to be fully nice to everybody all the time. So when people diss Hyra for getting mad after losing a game or getting mad at teammates, everybody gets mad at their teammates sometimes. That's not something that just Hyra does. Even the nicest people still do that. Nobody is perfect, and people don't realize that. He does something very small that's wrong that everybody does, and people make it seem like he's the worst person in the world. And this is unacceptable. There's so many videos out there covering all the bad things that he does. And I get that the people want views from these videos, or maybe they're jealous of Hyra. And I respect how hard it is to get views on YouTube, and I respect the people who make high quality videos on this. But what I don't respect is exaggerating and putting out misinformation simply for your own benefits. You can't talk about somebody else being toxic and then be toxic yourself by spreading misinformation online. That is simply unacceptable. And finally, Hyra does a lot of good things as well that nobody covers because it doesn't get views, or it's not like something popular to cover. You know the creator Superlab? When Superlab was a small creator before he blew up, Hyra promoted him on his videos, and he's done this with so many other creators. He's helped out this community so much, but people do not realize this. They only think about the bad. There's bad and good in everything. There's bad and good and bad and bad and good and bad and good and bad. There's so much of that going on. But people can only realize the bad. Hyra has done so many positive things to the community, and I need people to start realizing this. All I'm asking is that when you think of Hyra, think about how good of a player he is. Think about, wow, he had 100k, that's so cool. Not win trading, not toxicity, not misinformation, not exaggerating, not saying that, oh, it's so easy, not saying he got carried by pro players. Because Hyra deserves this. Hyra deserves the community to be positive for once about him. So please, after watching this video, leave Hyra a good comment. Say, good job, Hyra. Just please. Hyra deserves it. Have a rootin' tootin' jolly good day.